What's up guys, this is Kilobyte here, and today we're going to be going into more detail about some of the new features that you can expect in Windows Server 2012 R2 and the Windows 8.1 preview that is launching tomorrow. Last video we did of me showing you on how to install the preview of Windows Server 2012 R2. But in this video we're showcasing some of the new features and what to expect if you download this build or are planning to get the Windows 8.1 preview tomorrow. So let's start off with the Windows Explorer. Now, as you might have actually noticed, there's been a small change. Instead of being called computer, your computer's now this PC, where you have access to your folders and the device and drives. As you might have actually noticed, your library is no longer here, but this is how you fix that. If you right click, you get some new options where it says show libraries and show all folders. If you want to have your libraries, there they are, and there is your libraries. If you're wondering what version of Windows this is Windows Server 2012 R2, that means release 2, and it's version 6.3. build 9431, which is probably going to be the same build number that Windows 8.1 will be using tomorrow. The other change that they've done is added a start menu, start button, which is basically a shortcut to the start screen. Basically, you can also use the start button or the start Windows key on your keyboard to switch to the start screen and to the desktop. Another new feature is now you can shut down by right clicking on the start button and clicking shut down or restart. That is another new handy feature, because in Windows 8 it was a bit hard to shut down the computer. You had to go in the charms and that lot. You had to go in the charms, settings, power, and then shut down. Now in Windows 8.1 and Server 2012 R2, you just have to right click on the start button and click shut down or restart. Another new feature is basically the navigation options in taskbar and navigation properties. As you might have actually noticed, taskbar, jump lists and toolbars are remaining the same in this version of Windows, which you might have actually noticed that you got a new tab called navigation. This is basically where you'll be able to adjust what the hot corners do, which is basically this, where you can get the charms bar and that lot. So basically we're going to talk you through this. It says when I point to the upper right, show the charms. So now if I click apply, if I go to the upper right, I have the charms. If I don't, I just uncheck that, and if I go to the upper right now, it will no longer get me the charms. But if I do the lower right, it will still bring up the charms. When I click the upper left, switch between my recent apps, which I don't know. You have also the option to replace command prompt with Windows PowerShell in the menu when I right click the lower left corner or press Windows key X. Now if you right click at the moment, you've got command prompt, but when you actually enable this option, you have PowerShell. In this option, where the start screen is, you have the option to go to the desktop instead of the start screen when I sign in. Basically, this is what it says on the tin. It basically means instead of going to the start screen, it will go to this, the desktop. As you might have actually noticed, show my desktop background on start is not available in Windows Server 2012 R2. But will be available in Windows 8.1 preview tomorrow. This is basically where you can just decorate your start screen to what your background is on your desktop. For example, if your background is like a flower or a city, your background for your start screen will be a city as well. It will just basically make it like fly in at your face. Show the apps view automatically when I go to start. Basically, if you click on this option, it will basically, instead of going to the main start screen, it will go to the apps screen on the modern user interface, where you'll be able to find nearly all of your applications installed on your computer. Now you have the option as well to list desktop applications first before any Metro or modern application that you download from a Windows store. Please do note that in Windows Server 2012 R2, the Windows Store is not accessible, meaning that you're not allowed to download any modern UI applications. But however, this functionality will be available in the Windows 8.1 preview tomorrow. So as you might have actually noticed, I don't have any Metro applications installed on my computer, meaning that I don't have any, that option there isn't any need for me. Now going back to the All Apps screen, as you might have actually noticed, you can now sort applications by name, by date installed, by most used, and by category. It also have now a search box when it can be asked to turn up. If I can get it up. I think it might because I've got, these options on. As you might have actually, as you can see, I've got a search box now. So if I now search, Internet Explorer. As you can see, you got Internet Explorer or any other browser you may choose. So you'll just search Chrome if you want Chrome, Firefox if you want Firefox, etc. Another handy change is basically you can now adjust the size of your tile more. Basically, you can now have an option to make it wide, like you can do in Windows 8. But now you've got a new option called large, where it's a bulky ass tile where you can just, it makes it easy to clickable, and that it uses 4 tile spaces instead of the normal 1 or 2 tile spaces. You also have the option to resize to a small tab like you can do in Windows Phone 8. It is now easier to actually name groups and actually move and make new groups. Just right click on any tile and click in this little box here and then name your group. And then if you want to make a new group, you can select more than one tile and just simply drag it across, and there you go. You've just made a new column on the start screen. Another way to get access to your start screen is now this little downward arrow, which basically will take you to this app screen, and this up arrow will take you back to the start screen. As you might have actually noticed, in Windows 8.1 and Windows Server 2012, basically there's now, Internet Explorer has now got Internet Explorer 11, which is now got full WebGL support. But however, I'll have a later video when Windows 8.1 gets released, showing people the HTML5 score. So stay tuned to the Kilobyte YouTube channel for more information when that video comes out. So basically, this has been Windows Server 2012 R2, and I'm going to be calling that a video, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.